Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Greetings, Podquesters. I am Colt Hawkins, famous bard of the podcast Intelligence Check. Intelligence Check is set in a Tolkien-esque world where our party members are forced by fate down the road of adventure. Literally, fate is physically forcing us. We keep trying to walk away, but the damn thing never lets up. Now I know what you're saying. Another D&D podcast? But trust me, I'm worth listening to. I mean, we're worth listening to. And doesn't this accent make you just want to trust me? Intelligence Check celebrates the camaraderie of lifelong friends, joking around a table while remaining true to their characters and story. We bring you short, bi-weekly adventures full of action, banter, too many tentacles, and a naked dwarf. Oh, dear God, someone please put some clothes on that dwarf. So roll an intelligence check, because the show you're listening to now is awesome, but you'll need something to hold you over while you wait for new episodes. Oh, come on, is that really the tagline we're using?
Steel your mind, for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
Victor. I think Victor has a little bit more that he wants to do.
Yeah.
Victor's had a pretty busy break in his last one too.
Yeah, Victor's very upset, obviously, full of dread, and the truthfulness of the people that he's with, is coming into question. And so one of the first things that he'll probably do, he's going to take his cooking supplies, because, he lived in the sewer before, so he's got sort of like a portable kitchen almost. And he's going to head down to the crypt at the DDA. And this may be over the course of a few days. And what he wants to do is he wants to find probably maybe one of the oldest DDA members in the crypt, and then one of the most recent, and try to use his sort of ability to cook and infuse visions and memories, and try to find out something either about a silver key or about the man or the king in yellow, tattered king. See if either of those, like let's say just the oldest person in the crypt and the most recently deceased person in the crypt. If that makes sense.
Okay. So the first time you go down in the crypt, you actually pass by that bugbear that you ate.
Okay.
You've been kind of feeding on leftovers from him.
Yeah.
Since you had eaten him. And you hear something kind of talking.
Okay.
Like starts off with a whisper. I was like, "Who's there?
Excuse me?"
Oh, hey. And the voice is coming from the mummified bugbear that you had eaten before.
Oh, goodness.
It's especially confusing because Victor just speaks blah, blah, blah right now.
No, you can talk.
Victor can speak. Are you speaking to me? What? Do I know this guy's name? I probably researched him a little bit before I. Because I knew like sort of he was good at investigation.
Yeah, I'll get a name real quick.
Sorry,
I should have had a name for him because I had planned this.
Walter.
The
like
Undertaker.
Walter the Bugbear. I like that.
I mean, at least he's not trying to come up with one off the top of his head like Buggy McBugbear.
Yeah. What, Timothy?
Bugbert.
Bugbert's a good name, though.
Bugbert. I like Bugbert. I'm gonna go with Bugbert. Oh yeah, I'm Bugbert. Well, that's what that's my call sign.
Let me ask you real quick, out of character. Does he realize he's dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you do like notice his jaw moves.
Okay.
Like it's kind of barely on hinge, but it's still like there and moving.
Oh, good. That's not creepy. Bugbert, would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Of course, I haven't talked to anybody in a while.
How long were you with the agency before you passed away?
Oh, maybe a good 10 years.
Do you recall anything about a silver key or a tattered king or king in yellow that the agency was involved with?
I wouldn't say the King in Yellow's involved with the agency. He's a bad guy. The Silver Key, yeah, it's something. It has to be. It has to be kept from him and other things out there.
Do you know where the key was the last time you saw it?
It's in the elevator.
Thank you, Bugbert. I appreciate you talking to me. Did you have any questions for me? You sound lonely.
What's that funny attire that you're wearing? It seems a bit outdated.
My trench coat?
Yeah. I guess you're probably not from the same place I'm from.
Probably not. Where are you from?
Damn you and your questions.
No, it's fine.
Castle Bernia.
I'm from a Dunsaltera. And even a Darkwell. We're all from Darkwell and Dunsaltera.
Okay.
But yeah, be careful. This Darkwell is we have to protect it. I mean, only agents can be in here. And if Darkwell goes, the rest of the world goes.
Okay. I'll do my best to protect it. If you ever see me down here again, feel free to reach out. Be happy to talk to you. Give you something to do.
Okay. All right. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Are you still wanting to go for the oldest and newest member?
Might not go with the newest member, but I probably still would want to try to find the oldest member, and I would pretty much ask them the same questions. Granted, I kind of know where the silver key is, so I might ask more information like, what is it, and see if I can get any more specific information about the yellow, the king in yellow. See if there's something that not necessarily will lead me to him, but just more information about that relationship between the DDA and the king in yellow.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a goblin.
Okay.
It's the oldest one that you can tell. You could definitely tell by the smell of it. It is very the aroma coming from it is very you could tell that it would be delicious.
Yeah, against my against how I feel about it, it would taste really good.
Yeah. So it's the most potent.
Okay.
It's like major like
Really get
delicacy
you
level.
salivating.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then because I the thing that allows me to talk to him sort of outside of the role play requires an insight. I have to it'd help to know what the insight is at some point. And you can decide whether we want to role play it or not. Because there is at least one more role play that I probably want to do with a conversation with a character.
All right, we're going to go with insight.
Okay, cool. Insight. All right. That seems appropriate thematically.
Are you trying to lock on to a memory, or you just you're just trying to speak to them now? Since you just realized that you can speak to the bugbear.
I think Victor would probably be more comfortable with trying to lock in on a memory for the time being. Just any memory. If he can't lock into a memory, he would probably talk.
Okay. So the memory that you get, it's very bright. You could tell that this goblin is channeling something, and he's looking at this bright white swirling portal. You see him look around, or as he's looking around while he's channeling, you see other people of different races. We'll say there's 5 of them total, including the goblin, and they're all channeling on this portal that's swirling white. The people around him start disintegrating, and their energy kind of going into the portal as something comes out of the portal and strikes the goblin, and everything starts going dim as he's blinking. Like you hear like just the energy from the portal kind of diminish, and everything gets regular color. There's not that brightness anymore, and then everything goes dark.
Whoa.
Okay. And that was from the goblin's perspective.
Yeah.
And he was actively doing the channeling with the other people?
Yes.
Okay. And did I get any sense of how he felt about what happened? Like, did he feel like he was successful? Did he feel scared? Like base emotion.
Originally, he felt that he was very brave and was feeling that like a sense of accomplishment. But as he starts watching his friends disintegrate, he starts to get scared, and you feel like his that brave feeling kind of wavers, and then he strikes, and he's just filled with defeat.
Okay. On that note, I don't think Victor would want to talk to him about it right now.
Okay.
He may come back to talk to him about it later, but
Okay.
he's just going to take that memory and be like, interesting. I'm
I'm going to file that under horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Again, outside of roleplay, I have the ability to get one more insight. Victor might come back and just try to get better at something based on someone else's. He would probably try to pull memories too, but we don't have to play that out if they wouldn't reveal anything unique.
Okay. So you're wanting to pick up another insight?
Yeah, because I've got one more available because I was operating at -1 before of what I was able to do, and so I've still got one more since I leveled up.
He needs dessert.
Well, this is over the course of several days, probably. This isn't all at once. It's not going in like a all-you-can-eat buffet and just gorging.
So now it's like, okay, I've had fried chicken sandwiches. I want Italian today.
Yeah. And so if
because remember, you kind of got a gist of what you can pick up from everybody. So if you have a choice of a specific thing you want to gain your psychic feast insight on, you can kind of pick and choose, and I will tell you what you eat.
Cool. You know what? He would probably try to go for history, given the recent events. So try to find someone who's just good at overall history of, I guess, Darkwell and the surrounding area, especially after the conversation with the bugbear.
Okay. You do pick up a history insight from a tabaxi female.
Tabaxi.
That is a anthropomorphic cat person.
Cool. If I transformed, would I have to transform into a female?
Well,
yeah, you would have to
'cause
look like
you're
the person you ate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, specifically the person that you ate, and his D20 determines how good it is.
Cool. All right.
Go.
One of the other things that that Victor would want to do is he'd want an update and to make sure that Gerbo and Tanasha were okay. After, like, probably the day after that would happen, he would go down to Fiona and just check on them and see if they were okay and if they'd been sort of released or sent out to go home and rest or something.
Oh, hey, Victor.
Hey, Fiona, I came to check on Gerbo and I said the name a second ago.
Tanasha. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gerbo, he suffered some minor injuries, but I was able to fix him up. Mentally though, he's not feeling too well. Sent him up. He's spending some time up at the sanitarium right now. I mean, he'll be out. He's not in as bad a shape as you guys are.
Well, that's good to hear. What about Tanasha?
Well, I got her back up, and she insisted she was fine, and I walked her out, and she ran off.
Okay, good. I'm glad they're both okay. Thank you for taking care of them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then I'd probably leave.
Okay.
Victor's not himself right now.
Yeah, you heard that Gerbo's having a rough go of it, and he's super sad now.
He's very sad. There's a reason why Gerbo's name was first. And probably the last thing that Victor would do, aside from he would probably brew a couple more sort of his like enhancement brews that he figured out how to make.
What did those do again?
They would they'd give me a short-term brew that takes like 2 days, 2 or 3 days, one of the two. Would give me a +1 based on the donor of the
I love the way you just put
of
that.
the brewing stuff. You know how like they add orange peels to like beer. You know, and
You should say the inspiration.
yeah. And then the one that brews longer would give me either a +2 or +3, depending on how Adam feels like it, or I have to roll on it or something. So I'd make a few of those, and that way I could drink them in the moment. They'd last about an hour, and I couldn't drink I couldn't like pound them one after the other, or else I would actually get drunk because it is a brew.
Yeah. And you said orange peels. Like instead of using orange peels, you use skin peels.
Oh, no. I'm uncomfortable now.
Yeah, well, you're not the one who has to drink it, so.
No, to you it's just like, oh, this this aroma, this flavor. It's intoxicating.
He covers up the flavor with other flavors. He doesn't want to taste it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
It tastes good, and he doesn't want to taste it. He'd rather taste things that don't taste as good, that are more quote unquote normal.
No, you're gonna learn to like it.
It would taste good to Julian, but it actually doesn't taste that well to Victor. He makes his stuff taste bad to him, but it tastes good to regular like Julian. So it's really weird.
He cooks the food to make it not taste as good because he wants it to taste more like normal food. It's like he hates,
It's like the Charles Barkley diet.
yeah.
If anyone doesn't know what that is, Charles Barkley once was interviewed because he lost a crap ton of weight. He's just like, how did you lose all this weight? It's like, I had a very simple rule. If I put it in my mouth and it tasted good, I stopped eating it.
That's why Victor's so slim.
Yeah, it's so by that merit, Charles Barkley is a Crip folk confirmed. You heard it here first.
There you go. And so I won't bog us down with exactly what those are, since they'll take a few days to brew, and I won't take them all with me at once, so we can figure that out later. But But I figured that would give the opportunity for probably 2 more of the shorter ones and 1 more longer one. So I'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
The most one, but after a few days after sort of the conversation with the bugbear and getting the inside off of the goblin, sort of near the end of this time period that we're working for, after he's done a little bit of research and had time to calm down from dread just a little bit, as it sort of wears off.
It's starting to feel kind of normal to you.
Yeah.
You still don't feel great, but you're just getting used to not feeling great,
and probably babbling slightly less.
No, it's just happening randomly.
Yeah.
Like you might be talking to yourself and you just like whatever.
But
yeah,
especially even though like based on the stuff that he got in the crypt, he's still not 100% on everyone around him. And so he would go. He'd want to go and visit Luth, and just sort of talk to him about it, and try to get sort of Luth's, good old common sense, no nonsense, sort of opinions on what he's feeling and how he feels about his situation, and so. He wouldn't mention anything specific, though. He wants to keep Luth as far away from all this as possible. He wants him to be safe, not involved.
So you're leaving the building, the DDA.
Yeah. And this is probably the only time that I would leave.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna say this is about like midway through the 9 days.
Okay.
What day 6?
There we go. That's about right.
All right.
About a week later.
So as you're walking down the street, you're going towards the sewer entrance that you can get to the location that you and Luth meet in secret. But on your way, as you're walking through the street, give me a perception check.
Okay. $20.
Okay. A flyer that is taped to one of the lampposts catches your attention. It's very bright yellows and reds.
Oh yeah, you just happened to say yellow first.
He's wearing a red shirt today.
It's a flyer stating that the theater's back open and there's going to be a play.
Oh,
Sweeney Todd?
Hamilton?
Little shop of horrors.
Cats.
It does
we
the
go.
date. The date is coincidentally at the day your dread ends.
Huh. Weird that.
It does as you're reading through it. It does state new ownership, new director, new cast,
New
and
ownership.
their opening play is The King in Yellow.
Dun, dun.
Dun dun.
Okay. I'm pocketing that flyer.
Okay.
I'm going to take it and not going to leave it up.
Your dread counter goes up by 2.
You are dead. I don't think just seeing the play I've been asking people about is going to be performed would necessarily make my dread go up.
Make them roll the dread save. Do it.
I consider it a minor.
Oh gosh.
A minor dread source that you're just like, holy shit, really? But a minor dread source is only one. Your dread resistance cuts through that. You feel very uneasy about this, and you're like fucking like screaming inside. You don't want to let on to people around you. But yeah, you do pocket that and head on down to the sewers.
Adam, that's a secret. He's always screaming inside.
Yeah. Screaming / crying.
Yes.
I miss the sewer. No, he doesn't. That was a joke. Victor did not say that.
Yeah, when you arrive to the location that y'all typically meet at, Luth is already there and he's pacing. And he seems very, very worried.
Hey, Luth.
Oh, hey Victor.
You all right? You seem a little anxious.
Yeah. I don't know. Things aren't looking very well right now, Victor.
No, I tend to agree. Is it something going on in your life? You know, are you still with the Stoneclaw children? You were really excited.
Oh yeah. That's going great for as long as it may last, but you know how people have been disappearing up top?
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. Crypt folk are starting to disappear now.
Oh no.
Like, it's this past week, it's just been every time you encounter anybody, somebody else new has disappeared. Like somebody that they know or people that I work with. It's not, I'm worried about myself. I don't want to disappear.
No, I don't want anything to happen to you either. Have you happened to go by my old home in the sewers here? Does it look like anyone has been back there since before?
No, the sheriff never came back. I have been staying there when I've just not felt good. I need to get away. Like, maybe they can't find me if they don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, I think maybe you should stay there for now. I don't think anyone else knew about it, and at least until I can maybe look into it. What I'm doing now is I've been helping look into some of the disappearances, and so this new development is especially unsettling. I don't want anything to happen to you.
What are you doing?
It's hard to talk about. Some of it's been a bit dangerous, and I don't want you to know too much, because then something could happen to you. There have been other people that knew, and they've been harmed, and I don't want that for you.
Do you know anywhere I could go that's safe?
I'll find something.
All right.
Since he just unloaded that on me, I don't think I'm going to burden him with, who do I trust? Maybe I'll just tell him to not go to see the play. Don't go to the theater, Luke.
By
whenever you
the
do.
way, just throwing this out here, not the best time to go and see plays.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I went to see it. It was awful. Just don't go.
Yeah, I saw the rehearsal, and it was not enjoyable.
Yeah, I actually I just happened to have cabbages on me at the time, and I threw them.
It was so bad, people were thrown.
Throwing rotten corpses on the
Yes,
stage.
I don't think at this point, since Luth is upset, Victor would probably internally process that he doesn't need to put any more worry on him.
Okay.
Other than, a stout warning to lay low and to stay in populated areas at all times.
Okay.
Except when
All right.
he goes to hide in the sewer where I used to hide.
Okay.
Keep Luth safe. I'm going to put flyers
Yeah.
up that say that.
Okay.
Not putting up flyers.
He's creating a counter marketing campaign.
Yeah, it's the Streisand effect. If I just tell everyone to keep Luth safe, all of a sudden he's in danger.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I would probably just hang out with him just a little bit longer and just catch up in general, make some jokes, try to make us both feel better. Maybe I'd babble for a couple minutes and he'd be confused.
Yeah. He definitely chills out over time and he starts laughing and
Good.
And by the time you leave, you definitely he's in better spirits, and while you're still scared.
Yeah, I'm still scared naturally, but keep Luth safe.
Yeah.
And I think
All right.
I think that wraps it up.
Yep. I think Victor's gonna have an episode by
Keep Luke
himself.
safe, 2020.
Possibly.
The Victor special.
Hold on. I could name it like Friends. It'd be like the episode with Victor.
Sorry, I had some ideas.
No. I
They're really good.
thought it was great. I was able to unload a lot of stuff on you there.
But whose outro was it going to be?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Clearly, so I
God,
can rip
can you
into
believe
it.
this guy?
I wasn't in this episode at all.
Victor's like the one of the three that monologues the least.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay,
I
so
can't come up with stuff. So
are you wanting to do anything, Victor? Are you wanting to do anything with the information from the flyer before the 9 days are up? Because that was day 6
Victor,
that you found the flyer.
I think Victor, just by the way he's dumb on the surface, but he's introspective, would have realized at this point that what happened in the hospital with the portal guy, the Tattered King, what happened to him, probably something similar happened to the other two, and that's why he hasn't seen hardly any, like he hasn't seen Aleister at all, and he hasn't seen Julian. And I think,
Well, I'll say you saw Julian.
well, yeah, we live
but
in the same house. We haven't like had a conversation.
Well, I meant in the lab. You saw him working in the lab and then
Yeah.
poring over books, but he completely ignored you, and you didn't acknowledge him either.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
aside
in
from-
one of those. I was in one of those study fits, right before I face planted onto the desk.
yeah, we
Like you might have been like, "Hey, Julian," he just puts
That
his
sounds
hand
about
up,
right.
and,
yeah,
and you just, oh,
that's what
okay.
would have happened.
Good old Julian.
But yeah, even though, like, so I'd seen him in passing, but we hadn't talked, and I would probably hold that information real close just in case, because
Okay.
still having a little bit of reservation about the DDA members themselves, and so he would want to share the play information with the other two before and get their opinion. As untrustworthy as they are, they're in the same boat. So
Okay, so this is day 6. Are you doing it on day 6? Like after you get back to the DDA, you're going to find Julian before the dread is up, or you wait until after the dread is up?
I think I would wait until I felt better, especially since that news probably spiked it a little bit. Maybe it didn't go full level of dread by the rules or whatever, but like that probably spiked it up enough where if I was feeling good enough to walk outside on the 6th day, I'm shutting myself back in on the last 3 days. Maybe I'm just working on my brews, and
Yeah. And I will say that the brewing definitely grounds you,
yeah,
like Julian's potion making.
yeah. The
his
brewing and the cooking
brewing.
are both stress relievers for Victor. Like he may have even made Julian like a dinner one night. That didn't even speak to him, just made some food and left it out for him. Julian probably turned his nose up, but Victor would have done that just to relax, to make food.
Yeah, so you've just been leaving food for Julian every day.
Yep.
Well, if y'all are trying to figure out who was doing the outro, it's me, Julian. Yeah, we had a hold on. Julian? Hey, I think it's I think it's Max. Just Julian, get off the mic. Hey, hang on. No, I want to do this. Come on. Sorry about that, guys. It's Max. Julian's had a little too much to drink tonight, so I don't think he's going to be doing the outro. So I'm going to go ahead and do this wrap up. Hold on. Yes, Julian. Yes, there's potato wedges in the freezer. No, you're not allowed to touch my whiskey. Okay. Anyway, so this was the Victor solo episode. He met a mummy bugbear named Bugbert, which we love. He also met some interesting assortment of other characters. He met up with his buddy Luth, and Luth warned him about some crypt folk going missing. What's going on with that? And of course, at the very end, we find that The King in Yellow is being played at the theater under new ownership. Very foreboding. Please visit us at microphonesandmonsters.com and go ahead and rate us there. If you could, please, we would be so kind if you could donate to the Patreon that we have, so we can go ahead and continue making new content in the future. As always, all music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. Thank you for listening, and Julian, put down my whiskey. And tune in next time.